afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another everything, another amazing Propagandacast from your host, ImperialDane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike, Defender of the Fatherland, of hit an exciting, amazing 2 vs 2 on Alliance of Defiance. The setting is 1944, somewhere in Western Europe. The German army has been ordered to launch a counterattack here. The 17th SS Panzerdivision Götz von Berlichingen is ordered to launch the assault with MCA Atrox and ImperialDane himself. Versus the north, we got Hanyang, I'm just going to call Hanyang, and Wuff fighting here for the Allies, with the 2nd Division backed up elements of the 7th Armored Division as they find themselves under a vicious German counterattack. We got Mechanised, Spearhead, and Jaeger Infantry encirclement and elite troops here for the Germans, with airborne, armour, and infantry here for Hanyang. Wuff with mobile assault, special weapons, and tactical support regiment. Mostly infantry bulletins for all sides, though mine are more Panzergrenadier oriented, and also Panzerfaust range, because that's a really handy bulletin to have. Dove rifleman there for Hanyang as he moves straight here for the centre. Russia's forwards there. I'm moving in a bit more cautiously, advancing with the machine guns. They're going to moving up on the west side here. Grace there wiring off here. Not how Hanyang is trying to set the balcony. In this case, he's particularly trying to ensure they can't easily rush it. They isn't quite able to finish it here, so that's something there. Wiring off the entrance here as well, so they can't make use of this house. Overall, Hanyang is just make this a lot harder for me to actually do much in. I actually want to arrive, going to flank up the MD42 here. Pioneer standing in back, going to pop in here. We got more off on the way there for Hanyang. Moving up here to grab the cutoff point rather than pursuing the MD42. I'm basically just going to run around here. I'm banking on the rifle not being able to kill the machine gun fast enough, and just using the Pioneers inside the house and the Grenadiers backing up here to just push back the rifleman. Now the Grenadiers got on the way, they'll be following up on the machine gun. And the West MC Atrox is advancing here for the German army section, all being suppressed by the MD42. Grenadiers, Pioneers moving up here. Note he's not going straight ahead since he's kind of figuring they're going to be Brits again, so that'd be pointless. Machine gun made it, setting up here. Grace inside the house, the rifleman engaged there. Other rifles coming up on the flank here. Pioneers inside the house could probably try and rush here. Second Grenadiers caught moving and rifling up the flank. Some intense action here in the west. MCA trucks making good progress here. Wuff is falling back. His initial wave has been repulsed. Jason's under fire. MD42 plus one. Grenadiers, Pioneers all shifting about. He almost got the fuel point there. And a second MD42 on the way from me here to help deal with the heavy rifle build here from Hanyang. Grenadiers, Pioneers moving out. For some reason, the Grenadiers got caught up here, so they moved out of the cow and actually wanted to stay in the cow, and then had to move them back. But there you go, Grenadiers, Pioneers has the rifle up close. Should overall have the chance to throw on the rifle in the west here, though he pushed up, gets into the house, which completely forgot about the occupiers and pushes back my troops there. Still, heavy fighting continues here. The fuel point being grabbed back in the west. MCA Atrox is making pretty good progress. He's got more Grenadiers on the way for him. And the second MD42 arrives to the lead just as the other one heads back. Grenadiers being slowly bled out. Intense fighting here in the centre. We got Wuff making progress there, grabbing the victory point there away from the Jerry's. Pioneers trying to sand back the western victory point. University putting things back here. And here we got Grenadiers just continuing to hold up. He's almost got the fuel point here back to America. Mortar out there for Hanyang to further back up his troops. Pioneers getting Flammenwerfers. Alright, Ludwig, once we get the Flammenwerfer, I want you to stick to cover and try not to look too conspicuous. It's a flamethrower. I'm going to stand out like a guy with a flamethrower. But let's try anyways. So that's going to make it easier for me to deny him uses of any structures, which of course is going to make it easy to attack. Other MG4 moving again. Take up here, I'm going to go for Jaeger Infantry, since there's the rifle. I tend to prefer having G4 to freeze up fast, plus the Air Command Squad, and additionally you also get ambush training, and I love machine guns with ambush camouflage. Hell, any unit with any reason to rate of fire with ambush camouflage is pretty good. Mortar moving up here in the west there. Wuff setting up to flank here. MC Atrox's front line is actually getting deeply exposed, though in this case it sits so through at least part of the flank. But we got the emergency kind of sectional rate attack from the other side, so this might not work out well there for MC Atrox. And these Pioneers pushing out the rifle here, doing some damage before ultimately push back. Mortar here, more push there from Hanyang with the lieutenant following up here. Machine gun advancing, and we got the other machine gun here basically acting sort of as a secondary line of defense. And also covering up the flank here, because Hanyang has already shown he likes to flank, so obviously having a machine gun to cover that area isn't a bad idea. Plus, most players don't necessarily expect that sort of thing. So there you go, right from there. Spotty now knows I have 2 machine guns here. Grenadiers moving up the low in health. Haven't had time to build on medic bank as of yet, though that should probably be a priority. Grenadiers dealing with the rifleman back here. Like to make a nice company can be built. He's going for the cutoff point. Nice move there. He realizes I'm too focused around here, so the cutoff point is deeply exposed. Attacking up here with Grenadiers, MD42, mortar there being fired at by the well, half my force here. Landing nice rifle level, checking out there. Rifle moving up, they're getting blasted by the MG42. In the west, we got their section standing up. Grenadiers, Pioneers, and Rescue, the Vickers K already. Cuff on there, cut off. Nice work there. And then, of course, I'm the first player yet to go for Doctrine. And I lost an MG42. Those two damn slow to get it out there. That was definitely my mistake. Annoying, but ultimately my own damn fault. Back here, still haven't gone around to build anything. I'm active floating manpower in a rather critical stage, which is definitely pretty bad on our 4-star here. So I fought so much here, fought so hard, in the end I kind of wasted it by A, losing the machine gun, and B, being way too slow to actually get tech going, at least get out more stuff. So that was definitely a series of dumb mistakes by me. I got too caught up here and lost, sight of the real lines. Meanwhile, MC Atrox fighting here, Wuff dueling it out there. Like to make a nice company, almost done, for reinforcing. I'm obviously going to have to go for another machine gun down the road, building up a bunker because a lot of my troops are heavily damaged, so they don't have the munitions right away for the medics. Going to go for the 2-2 to help pressure MC Atrox, who is yet to go for any vehicles. I found the 2-2 can be quite useful until you have to counterattack. Can be used to flank, harass, and disrupt. And theoretically can also be used a bit as an anti-aircraft target, which is very much part of the American meta game, so getting out the 2-2 up deal with that is usually a really good idea. Before dealing with the section here, going in fact for double 2-2s because I'm so completely far behind. I lost so much there. I kind of figure I might as well just commit as much as possible with the 2-2s and hope I don't play a complete sack of hamsters. Section being expressed in the west, we got the Universal Care Sappers, we got the 6-pounder gun here as well. Grenadiers charging forwards, no G43s up for them since I'm setting up munitions for the medic bunker. First 2-2 arriving here. Still pressure, we got a mortar ready here for Hanyang. Grenadiers are taking losses from the Granada levels already. Second 2-2 ready machinery up there on the calf point. I'm going to have to treat the Grenadiers who pops to the center of the house, of course, neatly counting what I got there. Instead of going to push for the centre here since I realise he's just too dug in there, so any head-on assault is going to be a waste for now. So better off looking at trying to make gains elsewhere. In this regard, I'm starting to get the thought maybe I should just back up my teammate here, try and repulse Wuff a bit. The 2-2s can quickly get over there and hopefully catch them off guard. Of course, I could be doing this a bit better than I'm actually going to do, which is just crash straight onto Wuff. I should have figured there'd be an anti-tank gun. I could have gone up through here and flanked up behind it. Most likely avoided the anti-tank gun. So this was not the finest moment here for me. Bit daft, to be honest. But I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to try and take out that Universal Camera, at least just disrupt Wuff's defense here long enough for MC Atrox to make some gains. But already in a section running. He's starting to get a bit worried. 6-pounder gun also moving about. They could free up some of his own vehicles. Jaeger Command Squad called up to, being suppressed by the machine gun. And we got the mortar there from Hanyang added as well. We got Wuff with mobile assault. 2-2 almost being taken out. That definitely awkward for me. And there you go, Pioneers rushing the mortar. So Yankee Granatenwerfer. Medic bunker, those finding up. I should upgrade some of those Grenadiers. And meanwhile, though, Hanyang is a bit retreating. And MC Atrox is taking advantage of the disruption made here. And is basically has succeeded in rushing his anti-tank and stealing it. Very nice, though it does seem to rather tragically cost MC Atrox a Grenadier squad. So it's going to be a bit short than infantry, which is less than optimal in my perspective. Obviously, I've been making a bunch of less than optimal moves, so obviously I should be talking too much. At least he got an anti-tank gun out of it. I didn't. Back here we got healing reinforcement going on. He doesn't have the healing yet. That might actually delay him a bit if he's going to try and get all of his stuff here before moving ahead. We got bars on the way, though, so that should allow for a more easy counterattack. My machine gun straight into the half track does not work out well for me. But otherwise, I'm moving ahead. D for the fish, going out for the Grenadier. 2-2 being fixed up, finding him for the calf point. Not a bad move here by MC Atrox, though needs to be mindful of the situation. He's going for Panzer Grenadier. That's a very good choice. Certainly helps replace the infantry with something that can fight Wuff a bit more stalwartly. Who's going for some commandos. That's going to be a problem. Then we got the half track there blasting my unfortunate Grenadiers, and he is in fact just healing or waiting for it, which theoretically gives more chances here, but the half track is just such a strong counter while I was got there, and I don't have any serious counters, though in this case I'm basically just all in the 2-2-2s. I could go for the Pack 40. I probably should go for the Pack 40, but I seem hell-bent on double 2-2-2s here to put that out of its bloody misery. In this case, I'm rushing up the Grenadiers to Panzerfaust it, taking advantage of the structures and the fact he's basically sticking about in close quarters environments. Of course, the next question is going to be, can I actually take it out? You get a large counter-attack force in here though from Hanyang. So I might not be able to finish it off here, unfortunately. Best thing we can do now is just not lose the 2-2-2 here, which is always starting to seem a bit tricky with all those bazookas Hanyang is lobbing in here with a second infantry division. Jaeger Infantry Grenadiers fighting against Rifle in the west. MC Atrox been repulsed by Wuff once more. Dundee's also being wiped out here. Huge swarm there by Hanyang. Lots of bars, lots of riflemen, lots of democracy. Machine gun being held forward to ambush camouflage up, and the Grenadiers reinforcing. 2-2s can also provide some fire support here for the infantry. Half tank repaired up there. And once more forced out here. Big 2 points wise also behind Wuff and Hanyang. Going for another machine gun simply to help deal with all this infantry. I just basically figure another machine gun's going to be the bigger priority here to contain Hanyang's forces. Otherwise, I'm just not going to be able to think sufficiently slow down and frustrate Hanyang's infantry movements. Hanyang probably going for another 50 cal in the first place, probably to get some of the same effect against me. In the west, the MC Atrox continues to straight ahead, though occasionally, of course, with some hit for the carve point. Wuff decides to attack around. He doesn't have quite the forces, and he is going for a machine gun himself to deal with those dastardly hands, those Jerrys. Tank tracks up to help defend, not bad. Second machine gun advancing. So of course the question becomes, what do I do next? Do I try and take head on again, which has, you know, proven to be a dastardly tricky situation, or should I just try and again attack elsewhere, force Hanyang to have to abandon this, because otherwise I'm going to do a lot more damage elsewhere, and then try to attack in. So we got mines on the flanks from Hanyang, a bit of light anti-vehicles mines. He's worried I might try and pull off something here, which actually is a pretty sensible worry, and certainly shows I think he respects me. I also don't think he'd be doing that. Machine gun the rest of the half track, dealing with the Jaeger commands. There you go, pushing up here, pressuring Wuff. Again, if you can't succeed one place, try and elsewhere, and you try and back up your teammate at least. And then go right in the half track with the 2-2-2s. Heavy autocannon fire there as the anti-aircraft. Of course, while it's moving, it can't respond well. So in this case, the double 2-2s here might just have a chance of taking it out. Other 2-2s are heavily damaged. Almost got the half track here. Pushing forwards for Deutschland. We can do this, Helmut. Chapel, will we survive? Who cares? Who cares? Well, maybe not. And oh, it only got abandoned actually. I actually thought I got that one. Machine gun there being pushed back. So they didn't quite work out well there for me. Being cut off, there's one nice counter attack there by Hanyang. So I hopefully managed to pressure Wuff a bit here with my Grenadiers with the G33s. All the situation is looking a bit dicey. Reposition the machine gun, trying to sort of get something going there. Take up done. Basically relying on the 2-2 with light vehicles as a push ahead, and hoping it just maintains, yeah, now some sort of fuel situation where we don't get crashed by tanks too fast. Though I did lose another Pioneer Squad, meaning I have no way of repairing my 2-2, which is rather dreadful. This was the Rifleman Lieutenant, skirmishing a bit here as well. Rifleman could work out nicely. Machine gun moving up as well here. So the machine guns now more than ever going to be critical here versus Hanyang. Being able to control the movement as well. There you go, Rifleman goes off and doesn't get a wipe still. An almost wipe can be helpful. And 2-2 being pursued. Light's going to go down. He's trying to repair my team by the way. Then nice work by MC Atrox. Back and forth here. Not much else happening. Gundy's going here for the mortar. Going to try and push it back. Further freeing up some space here around the centre west. East, I mean not west. West, that's where MC Atrox is. Noting that Hanyang and MC Atrox is yet to go for doctrine. Admittedly, MC Atrox don't quite lend themselves as easily, I think, to things. They could theoretically go for spearhead and mortar half-tank to help, you know, deal with Wuff's in Wuff's dug-in elements. Fuel or flamethrower tank they dropped. My infantries are extended, bled out, but I have to keep pressing. I have to keep Hanyang there on the defensive. Otherwise, I'm likely going to get overrun. And there you go, pushing up this Palmer Court. The faster I can get those panzers, well, I thought I was building it. Oh, there we go. But the faster I can push out those panzers, the better. Well, in this case, probably StuGs, since I imagine I'm going to be far behind, or at least somewhat behind in armor race. Wuff, interesting enough, has yet to take up. He's actually got fuel. He needs to better not be pushing out Cromwells, and there you go, he does begin for it. So that feels a bit of a oversight there by him. Going for the car point here against Hanyang. Going to try and again prevent him from just digging in here easily, force them to respond to this, and then I can rush the rest of the centre. With a 50 caliber there, I'm going to need a mortar. But there you go, machine gun dealing with the rifle, making it hard here for Hanyang to move in against me. Modifying the MG42, that's going to have to fall back. We got the half to move forwards. A fresh run there for him, or at least I thought it was a new one, which surprised me a bit there. Like, who goes for the second anti-aircraft half-deck at this stage? But obviously, he recruited. I thought they had destroyed it. Light salute fire there to take out the mortar. Almost took out the rifle squad there instead. There was retreating. That would have been nice if it happened, but didn't quite work out. Rambling suppressed in the south. 2-2 moving in. Half-track, they're taking a few hits there from the light infantry guns. StuG-wise, I'm not too far off. I might want to consider adding in some extra infantry, some Panzergrenadier, and some Atrox continue to duel with the Tommies. Good lord, those Germans are rather tenacious bastards, aren't they? Oh yes. So while he has taken up, he's yet been able to push for tanks. In fact, he has roughly the same fuel as me. That's despite me going for 3 2-2s, though again controlling the fuel points has helped I think out Atrox and me just a bit. They're despite I would say otherwise not the best showings in some ways. Mortar up here as well to deal with the machine gun. And I'm not too far here from the Sturmgeschütz. 2-2 halfway done here. And machine gun here ambushing up on the rifleman. Very nice. Half tank to remain an absolute nuisance. A pain in my side. Thorn in my side. And you know, focus on manpower, probably expending them from caches or fighting positions. And there goes Sturmgeschütz in the way for me. For Germany. MC Atrox, on the other hand, is apparently rushing straight for tier 4. A bold maneuver considering everything, but as opposed to the fast Sturmpanzer Panther, was relatively fast, could do some work there. Machine carrying the flank in, and he likes to attack from here while the one covers the centre, ambushed up. Sturmgeschütz halfway done. And you can get to go for any armour, anything really different as the tank command post on the west here. MC Atrox is slowly rolling up Wuff's front line. Another push for the calf point. Again, trying to draw away attention here from this area so he can sort of help soften up the attack, because again it means he has to withdraw resources. And mortar by the way is having absolute luck with this. It's hitting the house here, not the mortar, so although that's hurting the machine gun. But there you go, Sturmgeschütz 3, Ausführung Gehgefechtsbereit. Mobilized for the Fatherland. And intend the armor piercing rounds, always a good ability to use if you can. Really just makes the machine gun so much more lethal, and track gets the 2-2, a bit of a blow there to me. Pioneer's trying to push for the calf point. I'm risking losing another Pioneer squad because I'm trying to do too much at the same time, trying to pressure Hanyang, but also trying to assist my team and just make things a bit worse for Wuff. But there you go, StuGs here going for the half tack. And it gets abandoned again. By the way, it gets abandoned again. It's some really good luck there for Hanyang. In this case, though, his luck runs out as I put an end to that. Do need to fall back, but still getting rid of that half. Just going to relieve some pressure off my shoulders. And I'm not between the Pioneers here fast enough. That's a mistake on view. Got a tank out here for Wuff. Hanyang, I think, is going to go for Jackson, noting Atrox and Hanyang is yet to go for Doctrine. And yeah, that's another Pioneer wipe here for me. Oh, apparently Lady Fortune favours me just a bit. Artillery pulled in here, trying to disrupt him from building the fuel cache, but it happens a bit too late. And the artillery actually doesn't even hurt the reactions very much. Oh, never mind, they get a wipe. So not all bad, obviously. Not bad at all. Panzer are going to do their rank for a bit more assaulty infantry to further assist on my planned assault here on the industrial compound. Reactions on the way there for Hanyang, plus the Jackson. Right, and turning up, got the StuG there, they got the machine gun backing up theoretically, and of course infantry. StuG firing away there. The 17th SS Panzergrenadier Guts from Bleaking was also the only division to SS division to really only fight only on the western front, and also action on the eastern front. I think maybe the 12th SS, but I think they also did see some action there. They were also a division the German army actually considered just shutting down because, and dispatching the equipment because they never felt it was that good. StuG providing support on the west here as well. MCH with the double anti-tank guns, one British, one German. Reinforcement air machine gun at Veteran 2. And we got the Jackson out here for Hanyang, for America. Freedom, democracy. And Wuff's men are finding a bit of a silly battle out in the open here. It's worth note, of course, he hasn't gone for any Bren guns. It tends to be quite common though for most British players. They just built the sections because it tends to actually work out really well for them. They just never use the Bren guns because bolted sections seem to do the job a lot of the time. Mines up to cover the flanks, they're not a bad either for Wuff. MC Atrox going for that Sturmpanzer 4. Hanyang digging in here around the centre victory point. Still no dot from him or Atrox. In fact, we've hit the 20-minute mark and they have yet to commit to anything. There you go. Moving forward to a bit of mortar fire in support. Got that machine falling back, and there you go. Panzer's using sprint to quickly rush ahead. Sprint is a really good ability to just, push up doing an assault. Can quickly catch your opponent off guard if suddenly infantry is moving faster than expected. You can suddenly rush into vital targets before they might actually predict they would. So that can sort of throw off their timing and pacing. So sprint is a really good ability in a lot of ways. StuG here fighting around the centre, back of fire there. Pioneer's machine gun's moving up here. Machine gun needs to move up a bit further to provide accurate covering fire, by the way. Flamethrowers joining in as well. Nice little coordinate assault. Not necessarily the best, but it works. Skirmishing on the west there. Panzer's rushing up their Veteran 2 for Atrox, and he's finally gone for Mechanised. Probably to get some spotting, so from other bits here on the way. And there you go, pushing back Hanyang's troops in the east, taking advantage of Hanyang now fighting around the centre to claim the east and claim the fuel for Deutschland. Wuff calling in the land matches. Hanyang being pushed back here as Atrox hammers away, and there you go, direct hit from the Jackson on the Sturmpanzer. Section here. Oh, almost a full wipe there. Almost a full wipe. Rather unpleasant. Wuff in the east. Meanwhile, the assault continues. Hanyang and the 2nd Division is losing complete control here of the industrial compound as German infantry sweeps through. And I go for another StuG to help deal with the Jackson, of course, and the other armour. Plus, I just stick to my own personal rule of thumb is, if you get one StuG, you get another. You just need 2 StuGs for them to really be effective, in which case they are still really effective. Sturmpanzer taking very far from the Allies. And I'm going to actually set up a machine gun bunker to help defend the centre here. Going to make it a bit harder for Hanyang to just rush forwards. So, little fun note there. It's only something I decided to try and improve upon is actually using bunkers as the Wehrmacht. I think it's something that tends to get a bit overlooked. So there you go, that's going to be a machine gun bunker to cover this area, which in some ways can still be dealt with, but probably should actually build it here now that I think about it. But either way, just going to help try and make it harder for me just to push through them and slow them down a bit. Yeah, come out, going to suppress machine gun jumps here from the machine gun, obviously just 10 from the troop, but there you go, flame from the flank, StuGs ready. Sturmgeschütz. And we got a strong way here for Hanyang and the 2nd Infantry. Wuff and the 7th Armour is struggling a bit here. Atrox is holding them at arm's length there nicely. Jackson moving in here, and I'm basically going to attack him. I have a rough idea where he is, I believe. Actually, I did, and in fact, I'm going to go for the fuel cache instead. It's not quite yet. I go for the Jackson. I don't. There you go, cache down. Now I know where the Jackson is, and I'm actually going to attack straight for the wall here. Most players tend to view walls as something sacred, that cannot be breached. Personally, I see them as an opportunity to surprise your opponent. In this case, it completely catch the Jackson off guard here, destroy it, and then fall back with the StuGs. So yeah, reminds me a bit of something back in Companies 1 where you had the mass blitzkrieg ability to keep all the armor heavy cross that you just crushed through the blockage. In one case, one match was simply just catching my opponent so badly off guard using it because just attacked from an angle he never anticipated. So in this regard, using the terrain this way can also be a huge advantage for you if you know how to use it. German going in here. First StuG goes down. I mean, in the end, they still got the Jackson. That's roughly 50% more expensive than the StuG, so that was pretty much a win there. And I still got the other StuG. So yeah, he's beginning to crash the walls and realizing, my god, these walls, they're not safe at all. They can't hold back the Germans. My god. Does that mean the Mexican War will fail as well? StuG in against the German, direct hit. Guys, they need to fall back. Heavy fighting here in the west. We got continuous skirmish here between Atrox and Wuff. Wuff probably needs to consider another angle of attack rather than just head on here into Atrox, though it's working out reasonably nonetheless. Atrox's front line is, well, rather tattered. But that was the same thing in Normandy. And the Allies still struggled for a long time to break through it because they never quite have the ability to just easily push through, and that seems to be the same here as well. Machine gun hitting ace level. Now the Stug shots on the way, and of course we've got the sexy shots up here on the Stug. 3G. Note, by the very late stage of the war, they actually tried out a slightly different version of the armoured skirts, which were slightly smaller plates, but they were slightly also more, shall we say, malleable. They could actually sort of, resist being hit under stuff. I believe they sort of, they could slightly change, positions a bit in a sense, like they could give a bit of leeway, since most shirts actually had the issue. They rather quickly fell off when they came into contact with terrain. But anyways, continue fighting here. Yeah, command squad gun is pulling back here. Hanyang, we got the 5th cover setting up here though. Almost got the fuel point again. The bunker didn't last long, but I like the fear about it. I mean, it's ultimately, in some ways, you just got to try yourself at it until you figure out the best spots for it. And in part, it just requires you in the first place just build them so they sort of become ingrained into you. Then you can work on sort of improving on. That's also just a really good advice for anything to get good at. Just start doing it in the first place, and then once you sort of get good at it to the degree, you can sort of just do it automatically. Then worry about getting good at it automatically. Then you sort of focus just better placements. Now the fuel cache up this time with a fighting position up here from Hanyang. Clearly he's learning from me. And possibly he should actually consider a machine gun bunker here. That's actually a much better idea. Alle sind Sturmgeschützgefechtsbereit. So, Herr Oberleutnant. Ready to slay some Americans? Yeah, always. 5th Cavalry turning up here Ruffin as well. And we got that incendiary piercing rounds on the MD-42. Again, really solid ability, particularly with the veteranary fleet. It just can absolutely wreak havoc on infantry, machine guns, anti-tank weapons. Really, I think overlooked ability, by a lot of intermediate Wehrmacht players. And even some high-level Wehrmacht players, I think, tend not to use the ability a lot, but it's really one of those abilities that can just swing a battle hard in your favour. More machine gun fire here. Again, the machine guns just allow me to set up this wide, so it's hard for Hanyang to just swarm me and thusly constrain his movements. And Hanyang is just not using smokescreens to try and block me off. It's also yet to choose a doctrine. So it is moving forward here, rushing the mortar. 5th Cavalry back in action there. Flanking man before to the Raffen. Very good work there by Hanyang. In the west here we got Atrox launching forwards. Rather bunched up. That is not a good assault there, knowing there's land matches out there. And Wuff, well, very soundingly punishes him. Getting pushed back with the echelons. Got Raffen still on the fretting side here. Mortar moving up. I'm probably going to try and smoke this area soon. Got the Shen back here for Hanyang. That's all about. Got those Stooks moving into hunt the Yankees. And there goes Smokescreen to basically obscure the 5th Cavalry. That also allows you to just push ahead. Go for the Sherman, for example. Panzer's moving forwards. Oberleutnant Hartmann in his Sturmgeschütz going here for the Sherman. Panzer dealing with the echelons. Machine guns from Street Boy joining in. And there you go. Full combined wipe there. Panzer they need to retreat though. Too many angry Yankees. And going for flak panzers here, a bit cheaper just to get out and provide support. We got mines up from Wuff still there. We got trenches up. Solidifying there, the lieutenant. Rifling up, you're going to try and flank about again, it seems. Of course, got my hero machine going up there. Battle is blocking a bit of the screen there. Can't quite see what's happening on the right hand side at the moment. My apologies there. He's a fluffy little cat, but it can be a bit impractical at times. Emo got Jaeger command squad gun moving up here, trying to flank about there. At the same time, they got a nice flank here from Hanyang moving about here. This is a bit of a blind area for a lot of players. I mean, using that is pretty clever, and he's certainly catching me off guard there. Though, of course, I can catch him off guard with an Ostwind, I hope. Big 2 points wise, they're still ahead of us, though not by too much. Pioneers popping in here. Flak Panther moving in. I think Basil is staring at the mouse. because it's moving about a bit here. Almost got the 5th car, but also been pushed back with the Pioneer. Flak Panzer there. Down its engine. Can't see how many kills it actually got because the cat is blocking that. So I have to really sort of peer around. They got no kills so far. Of course, Malta is a lot, or Osman is a lot more useful when it does move. Hanyang there, backing for the captain. Still no doctrine for Hanyang actually. Bit interesting to note. Others forgotten about, he just can't decide on what he wants to go for. There we go, we finally got a doctrine. It is infinite company for Hanyang. Obviously going to benefit from that a lot sooner. Artillery support, machine guns, mines. Definitely feels a bit like an oversight there by Hanyang. Anti-tank guns out here. We got a Panther as well here for Atrox. Really just giving Wuff here a very rough time. Wuff flooding a ton of fuel. He could easily gone, for Fireflies, Comets, Churchills. Definitely feels a bit less than optimal there. And I'm just pushing onwards here. I mean, the farther I can, push the front line against Hanyang, the better. So it also gives me more time to figure out what's going on and going to hit me. Flak Panther, StuG and all that can be repaired. In this case, I'm prioritizing the StuG since they are faster to repair, so I can more quickly just get them back in the fight. And then, of course, focus on the Ostwind. That's a bit of repair advice there. Wuff finding himself thwarted once more. There you go. Hanyang decides not just to attack into back to go towards you, trying to back up his teammate, but is thwarted a bit as well. Still better than just trying to attack through here in a very narrow pattern. Wuff going for another land match, having lost the previous one. And we got Atrox there with another Panther, having lost the previous one to those bloody Tommies. Diese verdammten Inselhafen. And Basil leaves again. Having done his part to, assist my casting skills, obviously. In a way that only Basil truly can. Flak Panther good to go, another machine gun bunker there being attempted. I mean, I'm almost at full pop cap, so I might as well use my resources elsewhere rather than just floating about. Lots of firepower, but doesn't matter against your StuGs. Trying to catch up some armor there. There you go, catching the Sherman off with the Sturmgeschütz. The one is taking heavy damage, and there you go. Anti-tank gets the killing blow on the Sherman, taking out Hanyang's remaining tank. And here, we got a big push there from Hanyang into a lot of firepower there, and it is easily deflected as well. Machine gun bunker still got a bit to go there in terms of munitions. In the west, Wuff is slightly rolling ahead, but he's just not making any headway, is he? He's finally gone for Bren guns. He's lost the commandos. And he's just pushing it forwards. Getting the mortar out of the way. Land matches there. Mortar just behind the area. We've got the Sturmpanzer. It could be a target for the Wrath of Wuff. In your local cinema. In Sweden. And there you go. Sturmpanzer going down there. Panther they're pursuing aggressively. Sending in my StuGs to back up. Since I don't feel immediately threatened here by Hanyang's armor in the east. I'd rather just need to use those. But there you go. Cromwell down, the munitions cooked up, the tank brewed like a poorly done kettle of tea. And go upgrading the machine gun bunker. Could use the Sucius blast a bit away, they've sort of forgotten about that. Osman heavily damaged, going to need some repairs. Drop the bazooka there, the Jaeger command squad picked up previously. Panther finding out he did lose the Sturmpanzer. Still, the Panther can be useful as infantry if you just get in with machine gun range. Fun fact, the Panther's machine guns are pretty good. Pretty good. Machine turning up here halfway to Destiny 3. And blasting out the bunker. Again, it should come to the better position. Probably something around here with the house, house for example, blocks up the line of fire so you can't easily just shoot at it. I mean, it edges up like around here, so in this regard, obviously, there's much better bunker positioning I need to learn. But again, build bunkers in the first place, and then hopefully get better at placing them down second. In this case, Smokescreen down, rushing forwards, grenades off here, artillery fire down here as well, bombarding the position, costing me another machine gun. Tragically, my veteran free. On the other hand, things are always falling a bit apart here, though, for Hanyang. He's entertained about to get a white pants because they're gaining veteran free. Murdering the Yankees with accurate assault rifle fire. My God, Otto, do these Americans ever run out of men? I don't know. I mean, I think they buy them by the pound by the look of things. Another flak panzer. 71 points left here versus 148. We finally gained the lead here on the Allies. Cap moving up with bars as well. He's got a lot of barred up infantry. They also have some brown light machines added into the mix. Not a bad idea at all. First flak panzer almost good to go. StuGs just hanging back in a reserve position in case of any armor shenanigans. Of course, it could end the machine guns. I mean, in this case, a bit worried because of the presence of the anti-tank guns, and the StuGs are not particularly good at dealing with, even with machine guns. Like, you got to catch them off really badly and close to the machine guns, in which case you might have a chance. I'd rather prefer the Ostrom to the turret, which, you know, can somewhat outmaneuver them, but, you know, with a bit of good luck. In this case, I'm using the building here since I'm assuming the anti-tank guns will be able to fire if I stick it out here. So using the building it makes it a bit harder for them, though not quite as hard as I'd hoped for. Last hit being forced back here, heavy damage being inflicted there by Wuff. And once more the incendiary pistol rounds show their worth. Flak panzer moving up. In this case I'm going to take this path here, which he has mined, and the other mines seem to have gone off mostly for the most part. But I'm going to try and flank about here. Outmaneuver the anti-tank guns. Almost getting up there with the might of the flak panzers. Panzer Grenadier moving in here. Mortar healing reinforcing. Another shot over there for Hanyang, for America. The 2nd Infantry as the 17th S launches another assault to clear up this area, and there you go. Note how the assault commences from two sides, catching off Hanyang entirely. His support weapons are exposed, and he was also, you know, cut up with the Ostrom, which is a much bigger target. And prioritising in this case the anti-tank guns, the Ace Panzer going to be here, the Hero Panzer going to quickly do the job there. And of course the last one of Ostrom to move about much more freely once that's over. And with this, Hanyang is more or less brutalised. Missed them to take out the 50 caliber though. But the anti-tank guns are gone. I would say that's the main priority, as that really limits what he can do against my two Ostrom flak panzers. And my StuGs, of course. Never forget about those StuGs. There we go. I realised we just have them join in now with the anti-tank gun threat. Skull and just blast it. So it's Tommies. I could have done more with those StuGs, but again, the tricky part is the anti-tank guns, so they can very much hard counter StuGs if you're not careful. 10 points left here for Hanyang as he launches forwards. StuGs need to move out against the Tommies. 5 kills on one of them. Anti-tank was being worded out. Ostrom up the sappers. Rifle going straight for the fuel. 7 and 1 kill. Brown being murdered here. Sections moving up. This looks like they're all committing here to the eastern and centre victor, only giving up an Atrox point. Atrox moving to support me going around the west or centre here. Champs going straight ahead. Rifle wiped out. In fact, Hanyang has more or less lost all of his infantry. He's just down to the officers and the tank, and there you go. The StuGs arrive to save the day. Or at least attempt to. Flak panzer there halfway to 22. Got the StuGs rolling ahead. Almost got an ace Sturmgeschütz, captaining forwards. And there you go, GG, game over. A loss for the Allies, a victory for the German army. They were able to reclaim this land for the fatherland. The counterattack was successful. So there you go, a bit of a vicious 2 versus 2 right here on Alliance of Defiance, featuring aggression, smokescreens, bunkers, fighting positions, and fuel caches, flanks, and much more. And of course, the power of just breaking through a wall to catch off your opponent. I mean, really, that can sometimes have a nice little shock effect there. And certainly if it's suddenly 2 StuGs appearing from an angle your opponent did not expect, that can really make an impact, as you notice there. Plus, of course, just the power of having numerous machine guns and remembering to use incendiary armor piercing rounds. That's also really important. Otherwise, what's also important, whilst I didn't just keep trying to break down there, I was also, at times able to support Atrox and try to attack elsewhere. That way, trying to force Hanyang to have to give up defending this and then move into me. So, there's a lot of ways you can sort of play this game. One of those also realize sometimes the best play is not to attack head on, but try and force a situation where you can fight much better. And that was basically what I kept trying to do here. I didn't just try to ground down Hanyang here. I tried to force him to engage me on my terms as much as possible, and that way sort of slowly win the fight. So that's really important there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is ImperialDane saying cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And of course, if you did, you can subscribe to the video, but you can also donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the video description. This is ImperialDane saying cheers. You all are one for audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode